Boom. Spooky lights. You guys get to hear the spooky. Ah! That's not what I was. That wasn't supposed to be planned. Once upon a time, there was a man in a forest. His name was Roberto. Boom. Roberto in the forest was with his friend. His friend's name was Albert. Boom. Roberto and Albert were in the forest. What were they doing? They were just exploring, having a great time. After they're just walking around for a while, they decided to settle down, start a campfire. But they didn't really know how to start a fire. But luckily, in their little backpack of thingies, they had a manual. Boom! And the manual told them how to do survival tips. So they took some twigs and sticks and they started to try to make a fire. A couple sparks were flying, but nothing really intense yet. Boom! No fire started. It's getting dark, it's getting cold. It's about 40 degrees outside at the time, about 6 p.m., 6:30. And they get a spark, lights a little flame. So they're instantly going to it. They're starting the fire. It's amazing. It's an amazing fire. It's perfect. It's like a meter tall. It's perfect. They have enough fuel to last them for the night already in the fire pit that they made together. And it's about 8 o'clock now, and it's very quiet in this forest as they sit there with the fire. Boom! Fire. I dropped my remote. It's not fire. But you know what is fire? The fire that they built. So they had this fire. They were chilling. They were making s'mores together. Who doesn't love s'mores? Restart the soundtrack. Who doesn't love s'mores? Everyone loves s'mores. So they were making s'mores. It was delicious. Alberto. Was that his name? Or was it Roberto? I can't remember. I don't remember either of their names. So their names are Roberto and Albert. Roberto is the main character. Albert is his friend. Roberto was eating his s'more, and he felt a drip on his leg. He's like, "Oh, my chocolate is so melted it's dripping on my leg." He looks down, and it's red. Boom! Chocolate isn't red. Boom! It might be what? Boom! It's Kool-Aid. Because they're drinking Kool-Aid. And he accidentally spilled a drop on his pants. But then his friend Albert wasn't drinking red Kool-Aid. Boom! And he also got a drop on his leg to check what it was and what color was it. It was red. Boom! Spooky. They're like, what is this drop coming from? Because you didn't spill your red Kool-Aid all over me all the way over here. They both look up in the trees, and what do they see? The Kool-Aid Man in the trees, hanging. He himself in the tree. And I guess the rope broke through his glass jar and it broke and he was dripping. Pause. And they're like, oh, they're screaming. They're terrified. They're like, why is the Kool-Aid Man up there like that, dead and dripping on us? And then out of nowhere, they hear a slight moan in the woods, of the depth of the darkness woods. What do they hear? Oh, yeah. Boom! The Kool-Aid Man just came out of nowhere and ate their hands. Ah! They're screaming. They're terrified. They're in pain. They're trying to run away. But no one can escape the Kool-Aid Man. The Kool-Aid Man hanging was a distraction from the real Kool-Aid Man. The Kool-Aid Man ate their hands, so they couldn't grab anything to help them. They were just running like this. Running away, scared, terrified. The Kool-Aid Man, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gets quieter and quieter. He runs back, hides in the forest. They're still running. They don't know what's going on. Their heart's beating 100 miles an hour. They're gonna die because they're missing their hands. Then they finally find the road, the interstates. They're trying to hitch a ride, but there's no traffic. It's spooky. It's terrifying. There's no traffic. They're gonna die, they think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Here comes the Kool-Aid Man. He just got Albert. He just got him. He bit his head right off. He's dead now. He's gone. Roberto is crying, running. He doesn't know what to do. He finds a car. He finally finds a car, and they stop. They pick him up, hitchhiker type. The man in the car, he has a hood on. He's very suspicious. It's very odd. And Roberto sitting there in the car, he doesn't know what to say. He's sitting there crying. He's just ruined mentally, right? The man in the car doesn't say a word. He's just driving. He didn't ask him where he's going or nothing. The man, Roberto, says, "Could you take me to the hospital? My hands are gone. My hands are gone." But he doesn't have any hands. And the man in the hood quietly says, "Oh yeah." Roberto is terrified. He starts screaming. The man in the hood locks the doors. He takes off his hood. Who is it? It's the Kool-Aid Man. The Kool-Aid Man stops the car, slams on the brakes. Roberto didn't have a seatbelt on, so he flies through the windshield. Boom, he's in the road. Barely survived. He's dripping blood and bones everywhere. He has a little slight sliver of life left. Kool-Aid Man walks up to him. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And he slurps his blood up and then puts it in a jar. Slaps a label on it and calls it Kool-Aid. Roberto dies. Kool-Aid Man drinks the Kool-Aid. And then he escapes into the forest, never to be seen again.
We just started something that was great. Had me waking up each day like, damn, this chick is dope. Let's pray it lasts.
Nah, that's funny. Now, I hope y'all like the story. I just came up with it on the spot. If you guys enjoy, you gotta subscribe and share that with a friend. And I gotta play music, because that was crazy. I just come up with a whole story on the spot, guys. Are you proud?